What's going on, you guys? Welcome you guys to another One Take Review. Today we got one from My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 4. It was another episode I really enjoyed just because, like, you get the... I don't know, think I'm so in the groove of just, like, dealing with all the characters that it really doesn't matter who's involved in the episode. I'm going to get a great deal of enjoyment out of it. And that's the same for this one because everything picks up from what we learned recently. We learned more about Shinzo's quirk, the fact he can't, like, speak through, like, a speakerphone or anything like that. He can't control multiple people at once. It's like, okay. But the whole time they're going over his quirk, the other team probably was strategizing. Class 1B was strategizing, which gave them a slight advantage because they were more ready to go on the offensive. It's all good though because Class 1A is pretty much like prepared. A thing I really enjoyed about this episode is the fact that Kirishima is probably the most experienced out of everyone. Okay, I think he's been in tougher situations than I would say Sue, Koda, Shinzo obviously, and Kaminari. So what they did was isolated him and removed him from the equation early. And I think in most situations, I think Kirishima can handle himself. But it's like, hey, I think it was time for other characters to shine and to see how they've grown. Because I actually think Denki was a shining part in this episode, in my opinion. Because he was a lot quicker on his feet. He was never a liability to the team. Only one thing was like when he was throwing his trackers or whatever, his like targets. When he attacked, we never actually saw them land though, because like when Beast dodged not Beast, yeah, when Beast dodged him and Sue's attack, we didn't see it touch it unless Sue used her tongue and tapped it up on Beast's leg. You know what I'm saying? That was what kind of, not necessarily a mishap, but I'm like, I wish they would just kind of like show where it happened. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, it's animated. You know what I'm saying? It's going like frame by frame. So, like I said, one of the biggest things you also see like how Shinzo isn't experienced because like he has a slight hesitation, but that's also in part due to Denki as well because once Beast was under brainwash, instead of attacking immediately, Denki says good job, so that gives time for Kosei to like trap Shinzo. So it's just like you see things are moving a lot quickly. You have to make quick decisions, and like Shinzo wasn't in that realm where he was like ready for it just yet, and it showed. Another thing I'm like super I like a lot. Well, I think I get a lot of credit to like Denki and to Sue because she realized that like, hey, this guy's tracking us. It's hard for us to get past. Okay, I'm going to cover you guys in mucus. That way, he can't tell who is who. And then that kind of leans into Kaminari because like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. That way, we're gonna give ourselves an opportunity to capture. It's like it's so smart on their part because even like Deku was taking notes. It kind of feel like Bakugo was peeping game, just like okay, nah, yeah, I see what's about to happen. I see where this is going. It's like they can see things before they actually occur because they know what it would take for Class 1A to win, even though they don't know a lot about Class 1B. It just kind of like shows how advanced how much they've advanced and like and when it comes to being like a hero and taking down villains. When we get to the end, where Ren, I call him Scales, he's trying to talk to Beast, right? And like he's never responded to him because he knows at any moment it could not be him. So Beast in his mind is like, yo, this is the smart thing to do. This is the smart thing to do. And it was because, and another thing I like how they did. And it was a mistake from Class 1B. It was a mistake that they made. Once Beast returned, was it Beast? I think it was just, yeah, once Beast returned, he was supposed to tell his teammates that, hey, Shinzo can mimic other people's voices. If he does that, and they come up with another way to strategize another means to communication, that would have been great, because I felt like something could have happened to the point where like they would have been connected by the vines. Yeah, they would have been connected by the vines. Both of them, like Ren and Beast, both have like be connected with the vine. And when they're talking, like they tug the vine so they know it's them. And like, what's the name can like pass a message. It's slow, and you know what I'm saying. It like delays the reaction time, because you know what I'm saying. Because you have to pass it from one person to another. But at the same time, like that would have kept a line of communication open. But since they didn't do that, and Beast was too busy headed after Shinzo, which also left Vine. Okay, I keep calling her Vine. Shizaki. They can't believe it. They left her open for an attack, and so she gets taken out because like she was controlled. It's just so many different things. It's like you really have to be on your P's and Q's. And when Beast confronted Shinzo, he heard like this. This was probably one of my favorite parts of the episode, where he's getting ready to attack, and he just keeps hearing someone say, "Yo, watch your back, watch your back, watch your back." And then he called him Apoca Beast. That's what, because Apocalypse Beast. That's what he put it together. He's like, Shinzo wasn't around to hear that, but it was too late. That's why they should have created a means of communication beforehand, and I think that's something Class 1A would have known to do. I just something very, very simple yet layered, just because Class 1A has been in some real world situations. Even though Class 1B, I gotta give them their credit. They look nice this episode. They look super, super nice. But I enjoyed this episode tons. Like Shinzo came in useful. I like how he's using the rags, just like Aizawa, because like, if you look at Aizawa, was technically just a skilled fighter, and that's what Shinzo's going to have to become. Like, his quirk is not going to work on everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's I think there's going to be a lot more ways he learns to use his quirk in battle, but this was like a good showing for him, especially with a team. But what he even said, that he's going to have to become better by himself, which, if people don't know his quirk, it's gonna be kind of crazy. It's gonna be crazy to see how he handles that. But it seems like he only needs to hear somebody's voice once before he's able to mimic it as well, or like change his vocal cords to the same. Because he only heard Ren's voice, it seemed like, for a short amount of time before he was able to like step in and confuse Shiozaki. So I enjoyed this episode a bunch. Can't wait to see next week. Got Tokiyomi up next week. I've been waiting to see what he's learned from Hawks. There's something I want to see from his character, so I'm hoping I get to see it next week. But you guys let me know what y'all thought about the episode down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.